Hey, welcome to Brunch with Brian today. It's actually World Hypnotism Day. So that's kind of interesting. And I think that hypnotism is a very powerful technique to use. And I think we all walk around our lives kind of hypnotized. I think everybody's sort of hypnotized by their own sets of beliefs and values and what they think the world is. And sometimes we'll go through an experience that'll kind of shake us up and sort of knock us out of our hypnotic state. But you wake up, you're in a certain state of mind, you're going through your life, you're in a certain state of mind. It's like you're hypnotized. And sometimes, there's a really great play called Our Town, which a lot of you maybe saw, Our Town. And there's a scene where, where they're saying, where the idea of Our Town is someone comes back for one day, comes back from the dead and sees the town and really understands what life is. I mean, looking at it from that vantage point, we're all hypnotized, sort of thinking that we're going to live forever. You don't think about how precious each moment is. You don't think about all the things that you would think differently if, well, let's say, I mean, not to be kind of gloomy, but let's say you got diagnosed with a terminal disease, and you had a year to live. I mean, how would that snap you out of your hypnosis? How would that make you say, "Hey, wake up. What is your life? What do you have? What can you do in the next year?" And so we're all sort of hypnotized by our lives and by our own belief systems. And so we tend to think we can accomplish a certain amount, and we don't even realize our true potential. We don't realize how much we could really accomplish because we're sort of hypnotized into setting expectations. So that's kind of what, you wake up every morning, you have your certain set of expectations about the world, about yourself, about life in general. But those expectations, I mean, those are expectations that you developed over many years of living. And so you sort of worked your own hypnosis over that time to convince you that this is your image of the world. And then once we create our image of the world, we pretty much cling to it because we want to feel like we're right, like we've made the right generalizations and made the right decisions in the world. So that's obviously a state of hypnosis. So what happens so let's say someone has a bad habit like smoking. So what do they want to break up? That's one of the common things that people go to a hypnotist for, is to stop smoking. So what does the hypnotist do? They put them in a certain receptive state of mind through relaxation techniques and focusing techniques, focusing on your breathing, things like that. So they actually focus that person's mind on a new idea that you don't need cigarettes. You don't like cigarettes. Cigarettes are nasty. Cigarettes are gross. Cigarettes are like licking a dirty ashtray, smoking a cigarette. So all you got to do is program yourself the right way. Obviously, when you are a smoker, you think, oh, look at that delicious cigarette. That looks so good. I bet that would taste so good. But there's a lot of people in the world who see someone smoking a cigarette and think, oh, that's so nasty and gross and disgusting and doesn't smell good and doesn't taste good. So why is one person hypnotized one way to think cigarettes are delicious and another person is hypnotized another way thinking cigarettes are nasty? Well, that's just through your programming. If you grew up by your parents both smoked, a lot of people around you smoke, it looks good. It looks like an attractive thing. It looks like something to do. But if nobody smokes and smoking is a pariah, someone who smokes is a pariah in your group, then that obviously is going to hypnotize you the other direction. So let's look at all of our assumptions in life. You got to kind of look at where you are in life and say, okay, so I'm hypnotized to believe that this is where I'm supposed to be. But, that's why we have a brand new year. We can snap out of it. I love that saying, snap out of it or snap into it. Now, I talk about my psych up system that I'm working on, that I'm going to have done in a couple of months. It's so elaborate that I want to make sure it's perfect before I introduce it to you guys. And so that has, I don't want to say hypnosis component, but there's a relaxation and focusing component to get you in the right receptive state of mind to accept new programming. Okay, so you've been programming your mind. Hypnotism is reprogramming the mind. That's really what it is. You've been programmed to believe a certain set of beliefs, like cigarettes are delicious. When you smoke cigarettes, you look cool. Okay, so that's certain hypnotic beliefs that you've accepted over the years, and who knows when. Maybe you were 10 years old and you saw your mom smoke and you thought, wow, that looks cool. So I mean, that's so deeply ingrained, you don't even know where that originally started. So we all get hypnotized into things. Sometimes people get hypnotized into thinking they love desserts every night. That dessert, I got to have a dessert every night after dinner because that's just, it's just caps off the meal. All the things you think, I love dessert. The dessert is great. Dessert reminds me of growing up and having dessert after the meals. And it can be you can be totally hypnotized into thinking a dessert after dinner is a vital component of your existence. But what if I re-hypnotize you and say, guess what? You don't need to eat a dessert anymore. Desserts are gross. Desserts make you fat. Desserts make you feel bad. Sugar leaves acid in your body and on your teeth. And sugar is gross and sugar is unhealthy. So now what am I doing there? I'm reprogramming you, or those are reprogramming lines for someone who wants to get over an addiction to eating sweets, and eating too many sweets. So we all hypnotize. The thing about hypnotism is you got to realize we're all hypnotized. We're all hypnotized already. And so it's just hypnotizing yourself in a little bit different direction is what you're trying to do. So hypnotism, again, is basically just putting yourself in a relaxed and receptive state and then exposing yourself to new programming, new, better programming that will be productive and supportive of your goals. So we all struggle with low self-esteem, and we all, I hope you don't think this, but I have to confess every once in a while, I will say something like, oh, that was so stupid. How could I be so stupid? Okay, I'll say something like that. And I guess my true underlying feelings is I'm not stupid. Okay, but calling myself that and getting and programming myself like that is really negative. So let's try to really watch our negative programming throughout the day today. Try to see the states you're hypnotized into, because your whole life is basically you're hypnotized, and we're all hypnotized into living our version of life. That's why it can be so dramatic when you go to hypnosis or something and they reprogram your brain in a more productive way. So let's reprogram our brains in the best way possible. PsychUps is really going to help you with that. Okay. And again, I wish I had it done right now, but it's coming and it's going to be awesome. And I want everybody to have it. And so that's going to be something that will really help you reprogram your brain in a lot of different ways. I'm working on one on time management right now. And so wouldn't it be great to have perfect time management? And the only reason you don't is because you're hypnotized a little bit different way. So let's look at hypnosis on World Hypnosis Day, National Hypnosis Day. I think it's a really significant topic and something we should all think about. It's just basically reprogramming your brain to get the best performance out of yourself. Okay, that's the idea. Hey, morning. Hello, Lacey. Great to see you. It's a nice picture. I need to change alarm settings. Okay, so guys, I want you to be reprogramming your brain. Okay, and Lacey loves that kind of stuff. That's great. Isabel, great to see you this morning. Awesome Teaching Tuesday. Oh, yes, guys, if you missed the Teaching Tuesday yesterday, on Tuesday, I can send you a link to it. It was a really good one. We talked all about some great topic. We talked about reviewing your last year and previewing your upcoming year and doing some goal setting. So if you want to get that, send an email to support@thewolfcouple.com and we'll send you a link to that. And yes, I'm setting up an archive of Teaching Tuesdays. I know you guys have been asking for that because I have so many of those Teaching Tuesdays. It would be great to have an archive that you could reference. So good morning, Tony. Okay, if you change our self-identity, that's exactly it. We can change our reality. That's really it. Your self-identity, how you think about yourself, you're hypnotized. Do you think I'm a really smart person? You should say I'm a really smart person and hypnotize yourself that you are, because then you're going to act smart and do smart things. That's how it works. Lacey, yes, I've been doing, yes. Okay. And I want everybody to be programming themselves properly. Good morning, Linda. Training was really great, guys. Again, Teaching Tuesdays is awesome. I want you guys to have access to that and really be writing it down. Learn the steps to take whatever. Yes. Okay, all right. Nobody's like the wolf couple, that's for sure. All right, so great. A lot of comments today, guys. Morning, KJ. Good to see you. Lots of hearts. And the psych ups are coming. Yes. Oh, I can't read all your comments, but reprogram my mind to look at houses driving. There you go. Can't go through a street without looking and eyeballing houses. That's right. That's reprogramming your mind, training your mind a new way. Okay, so great to see everybody here. Lots of comments. Charles, hey, great to see you. Good morning, everyone. Charles always gives everyone a nice greeting, so that's awesome. So, guys, again, if you want access to that, a paradigm shift. Yes, hypnosis gives you a paradigm shift. That's a good way of putting it. Changes the way you think about your life and yourself. So you're going to have the greatest hypnosis system ever when you get psych ups coming up. But for now, let's just try to put yourself in a relaxed state. That's why I like to do deep breathing and focus, and then tell yourself all the most positive things that you need to hear. Okay, so today I reprogram my mind. I reprogram my mind. Let's do that. So we reprogram. When you see that you have dysfunctional programming in your head, let's reprogram it to be more positive. So I reprogram my mind 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I reprogram my mind. I reprogram my mind. I reprogram my mind. Yes. Okay. 3 deep breaths. Nice deep breath in. Hold it a little bit and let it out. Always big deep breaths. Always a big smile. Deep breath in. Hold it a little bit and relax your shoulders. See, this is something you can do right before you do a little reprogramming. Another deep breath in. Hold it a little bit and all right. That was really interesting today. Again, that Teaching Tuesday was amazing last Teaching Tuesday. Please come to the Teaching Tuesdays. They really are powerful and helpful. But if you want to get a copy of it, send us an email at support@thewolfcouple.com. You can always call us at 888-RICH-NOW. Don't forget that, 888-RICH-NOW, and get a hold of us. But I'd love to have you check out that Teaching Tuesday from last week if you missed it. So definitely send us that email. Support@thewolfcouple.com. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Friday for Formal Dining Room Friday, as we always like to do. And until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training from the Wolf Couple, and take